have a garden in your backyard? Frank and I are worried about our garden. Now it is late afternoon, and it looks as though there will be no rain. See how dry the soil is. It hasn't rained for days and days. What can we do? Frank, would you like to water the garden? That's a good idea, Frank answers. So Frank will water the garden, and I will get the hose. Frank sees that all the plants are wilting. But he also sees something else. It is Penny, his dog. Look, Penny is chasing Fluff. My, oh my. Penny, says Frank, don't. But Fluff is brave. Fluff will not run. Good for you, Fluff, says Frank. But Frank has work to do. Here is the hose to water the garden. Fluff settles down. She sees what Frank is doing. Frank turns on the water. The water runs down through the hose. Can you see it? It goes around and around, around and around. And it comes out here. But Penny, what are you doing? Penny is having fun as Frank turns the water off and on. What fun for Penny as Frank turns the water on and off. Penny almost catches it, and then it's gone. Where is it, Penny? There it is. What fun for Penny and for Frank. But Frank has work to do. All right, that's enough, Penny. I must water the garden, says Frank. But Penny still wants to play with the water. Watch him. Frank laughs at his funny dog. But then he settles down to work. The cool water flows among the thirsty plants. The cool water sinks into the dry ground. It flows under the lettuce leaves and the beets. Yes, Frank is watering the garden very carefully, for it was very dry. And Penny is very wet. But what does he see? Why, it's Fluff, hiding among the beets. Fluff, you shouldn't be in the garden, says Frank. Now go on. Uh-oh. Penny sees that Fluff almost got wet. And here comes Jean, Frank's sister. You squirted water on Fluff, she says. No, Jean, I just didn't want her in the garden, says Frank. But Jean is very angry. And Fluff is very happy when Jean takes her out. Fluff is Jean's kitty. And Fluff almost got wet when Frank chased her out of the garden. Poor kitty, says Jean. Everything's all right now. Frank has watered nearly all of the plants in the garden. But he is very sorry that he made Jean angry. And Jean is still very angry. There, kitty, she says. I won't let bad old Frank hurt you. There, it's all right now. There, kitty. But what can Frank do to make up with Jean? He has an idea. Look, Jean. Look what I've made. I've made a rainbow. A rainbow with the water and the sunlight. Isn't it pretty, Jean? Oh my, thinks Frank. Jean is still angry with me. What can I do now, he thinks, to make up with her? Jean, would you like to take a shower under the hose? Do you think Jean will? Oh, that would be fun, Frank. So Jean isn't angry anymore. Come on, says Frank. Let's get our bathing suits on. And what about Penny? Will Penny take a shower? And what about Fluff? Will Fluff take a shower? But here come Jean and Frank. They're both ready for a cool shower under the hose. Frank carefully fixes the nozzle of the hose as high as he can reach. Now for the water. Turn it on, Gene. What a fine shower. But what about Penny? Penny, do you want to take a shower with Gene and Frank? Or have you had enough water for today? What about it, Penny? In we go. And so Penny joins Frank and Gene. Frank is glad that Gene is no longer angry. And Gene is glad too, because she didn't like being angry. And now they can enjoy a cool shower at the end of a hot day. The cool water has been good for the garden too. See how fresh the plants look.